What if you could live without constant worry and dread? Imagine waking up each day feeling calm, confident, and ready to take on whatever challenges come your way. For many of us, anxiety and fear have become unwelcome companions, casting a shadow over our daily lives and holding us back from reaching our full potential. But it doesn't have to be this way. In this video, we'll explore how you can break free from the grip of anxiety and fear, starting right now. Anxiety and fear are more than just occasional feelings of unease or nervousness. They can be all-consuming emotions that affect every aspect of our lives. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed, these powerful feelings can influence our thoughts, decisions, and actions. They can make simple tasks feel overwhelming, turn social interactions into sources of stress, and prevent us from pursuing our dreams and goals. The symptoms of anxiety and fear can manifest in many ways. You might experience a racing heart, sweaty palms, or a knot in your stomach. Your mind might be filled with constant worries about the future or replaying past events. You might find yourself avoiding certain situations or people, feeling on edge in social settings, or struggling to concentrate on work or studies. These experiences are common, but they're not inevitable or unbeatable. To truly understand how to break free from anxiety and fear, we need to look at their root causes. These emotions don't just appear out of nowhere. They're often the result of a complex interplay between biological factors, environmental influences, and our thought patterns. On a biological level, our brains are wired to protect us from danger. This survival mechanism, which served our ancestors well in the face of physical threats, can sometimes misfire in our modern world. It can cause us to perceive everyday situations as threats, triggering our fight or flight response even when we're not in any real danger. Environmental factors also play a significant role. Our past experiences, especially traumatic ones, can shape how we perceive and respond to the world around us. The way we were raised, the messages we received from society, and the challenges we've faced can all contribute to the development of anxiety and fear. Our thought patterns are another crucial piece of the puzzle. The way we interpret events and situations can either fuel or alleviate our anxiety and fear. Negative self-talk, catastrophizing, and always assuming the worst can create a cycle of worry that's hard to break. One of the most common ways people try to deal with anxiety and fear is through avoidance. It's a natural response. If something scares us, we want to stay away from it. In the short term, this can provide relief. When we avoid a feared situation, we don't have to face the uncomfortable feelings associated with it. However, this short-term relief comes at a high cost. Avoidance reinforces our fears. Each time we avoid something, we send a message to our brain that the situation is truly dangerous. This strengthens the fear response, making it even harder to face the situation in the future. Over time, our world can become smaller and smaller as we try to avoid more and more things that trigger our anxiety. Breaking free from this cycle of avoidance is crucial, but it's not always easy. It requires courage, persistence, and the right tools. One of the most powerful tools we have at our disposal is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, without judgment. It's about observing our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. When it comes to anxiety and fear, mindfulness can be a game changer. By practicing mindfulness, we can learn to observe our anxious thoughts and feelings without automatically reacting to them. We can create a space between the trigger and our response, giving us the opportunity to choose how we want to react. This can help break the automatic cycle of anxiety and fear. Mindfulness also helps us stay grounded in the present moment. Often, our anxiety is focused on the future, worrying about what might happen. Fear can be rooted in the past, reliving painful experiences. Mindfulness brings us back to the here and now, where we can recognize that in this moment, we're okay. There are many ways to practice mindfulness. You might start with simple breathing exercises, focusing your attention on your breath as it moves in and out. You could try body scan meditations, where you systematically bring your attention to different parts of your body. Even everyday activities like eating or walking can become mindfulness practices when done with full attention. As you develop your mindfulness skills, you'll likely notice that you become more aware of your thought patterns. This awareness is the first step in challenging the negative thoughts that fuel anxiety and fear. Our thoughts have a powerful influence on our emotions and behaviors. When we're caught in the grip of anxiety and fear, our thoughts often become distorted. We might engage in catastrophic thinking, always imagining the worst possible outcome. We might overgeneralize, taking one negative experience and applying it to all similar situations. We might engage in all or nothing thinking, seeing things as either perfect or terrible with no middle ground. Recognizing these unhelpful thinking patterns is the first step in challenging them. Once you're aware of a negative thought, you can start to question it. Is it based on facts or assumptions? Is there another way to look at the situation? What would you say to a friend who had this thought? One effective technique for challenging negative thoughts is to write them down. Seeing your thoughts on paper can help you gain some distance from them and view them more objectively. You can then write down alternative, more balanced thoughts. Over time, this practice can help rewire your brain to automatically consider more helpful perspectives. Another powerful tool is the use of affirmations. These are positive statements that you repeat to yourself regularly. For example, instead of "I can't handle this," you might say, "I have overcome challenges before and I can do it again." The key is to choose affirmations that feel authentic and meaningful to you. As you work on challenging your thoughts, it's important to remember that the goal isn't to eliminate all negative thoughts. That's not realistic or even desirable. Instead, the aim is to develop a more balanced perspective and to reduce the power that negative thoughts have over you. While working on our thoughts is important, it's equally crucial to take action. Building resilience through action is a key component of breaking free from anxiety and fear. This doesn't mean diving headfirst into your biggest fears. Instead, it's about taking small, manageable steps that gradually expose you to the things you fear. This approach, known as gradual exposure, helps you build confidence and teaches your brain that the feared situation isn't as dangerous as it thought. For example, if you have social anxiety, your first step might be to smile at a stranger. Once that feels manageable, you might progress to making small talk with a cashier, then to attending a small social gathering, and so on. As you take these steps, it's important to celebrate your progress, no matter how small it might seem. Each step forward is a victory and deserves recognition. This positive reinforcement can help motivate you to keep moving forward. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate anxiety completely. Some level of anxiety is a normal part of life. The aim is to reduce anxiety to a manageable level and to build the confidence that you can handle anxious feelings when they arise. As you work on challenging your thoughts and taking action, it's crucial to approach yourself with compassion. Many of us are our own harshest critics, especially when it comes to our fears and anxieties. We might berate ourselves for being weak or stupid for feeling anxious. This self-criticism only adds to our stress and makes it harder to overcome our fears. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a good friend. It means recognizing that everyone struggles sometimes and that having fears and anxieties doesn't make you flawed or weak. It makes you human. Practicing self-compassion can involve simple acts like speaking to yourself in a kind and supportive tone, acknowledging your feelings without judgment, and taking care of your physical and emotional needs. When you're having a difficult moment, you might place a hand on your heart and say to yourself, "This is hard right now, but I'm doing my best." Self-compassion isn't about letting yourself off the hook or making excuses. It's about creating a supportive internal environment that allows you to face your fears and grow. Research has shown that self-compassion can reduce anxiety and depression while increasing resilience and overall well-being. As you work on developing self-compassion, you might find it helpful to write a compassionate letter to yourself. Imagine what a loving friend or mentor would say to you about your struggles with anxiety and fear. Write this letter to yourself, filled with understanding, encouragement, and support. While much of the work in overcoming anxiety and fear happens within ourselves, our environment plays a crucial role too. Creating a supportive environment can provide a solid foundation for growth and change. One of the most important aspects of a supportive environment is our social connections. Having people we can turn to for support, understanding, and encouragement can make a world of difference when we're struggling with anxiety and fear. This doesn't mean you need a large social circle. Even one or two trusted friends or family members can provide invaluable support. If you don't feel you have supportive people in your life right now, consider joining a support group. Many communities offer groups for people dealing with anxiety, and there are also online options. Sharing your experiences with others who understand can be incredibly validating and can provide you with new perspectives and coping strategies. Creating a supportive environment also involves setting boundaries. This might mean limiting time with people who increase your anxiety or saying no to commitments that overwhelm you. It's about creating space in your life for activities and relationships that nourish and support you. Your physical environment matters too. Creating a calm and organized living space can help reduce stress and provide a sanctuary where you can relax and recharge. This might involve decluttering, adding plants or artwork that you find soothing, or creating a dedicated space for relaxation or meditation. It's also important to recognize when professional help might be needed. While self-help strategies can be very effective, sometimes we need additional support. A mental health professional can provide personalized strategies, help you work through past traumas, and offer support as you face your fears. Seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. As you work on creating a supportive environment and challenging your thoughts, it's important to develop new habits that support your emotional well-being. These daily practices can help reduce anxiety and fear over time and build your resilience. One powerful habit is regular exercise. Physical activity has been shown to reduce anxiety and improve mood. This doesn't mean you need to become a gym enthusiast overnight. Even a daily walk can make a difference. The key is to find a form of movement that you enjoy and can stick with consistently. Another important habit is getting enough sleep. Lack of sleep can increase anxiety and make it harder to cope with stress. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night and try to maintain a consistent sleep schedule. Creating a relaxing bedtime routine can help signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Incorporating relaxation techniques into your daily routine can also be very helpful. This might include deep breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, or guided imagery. Even just a few minutes of these practices each day can help reduce overall anxiety levels. Journaling is another habit that many people find helpful. Writing down your thoughts and feelings can help you process them and gain new insights. You might try keeping a gratitude journal, where you write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. This can help shift your focus from worries to the positive aspects of your life. Limiting caffeine and alcohol intake can also help manage anxiety. Both these substances can exacerbate anxiety symptoms in some people. Pay attention to how they affect you and consider reducing or eliminating them if you notice they increase your anxiety. Remember, developing new habits takes time and patience. Start small and be consistent. Over time, these new habits can become second nature and provide a strong foundation for managing anxiety and fear. As you work on developing these new habits and challenging your fears, it's important to cultivate a new perspective on challenges and difficulties. Often, when we're caught in anxiety and fear, we see challenges as threats, something to be avoided at all costs. But what if we could shift our perspective to see challenges as opportunities for growth? This doesn't mean pretending that difficult situations are enjoyable or denying the real stress they can cause. Instead, it's about recognizing that overcoming challenges can make us stronger, more resilient, and more capable. Each time you face a fear or work through an anxious moment, you're building your coping skills and proving to yourself that you can handle more than you thought. This shift in perspective can also help us find meaning in difficult experiences. Often, our most challenging times can lead to profound personal growth, deeper empathy for others, or a clearer sense of what's truly important to us. By looking for the potential growth or learning in each situation, we can transform our relationship with anxiety and fear. One way to cultivate this perspective is to reflect on past challenges you've overcome. What did you learn from those experiences? How did they make you stronger or wiser? Recognizing your past resilience can boost your confidence in facing current and future challenges. Another powerful tool in breaking free from anxiety and fear is taking control of your personal narrative. We all have stories we tell ourselves about who we are and what we're capable of. If you've been struggling with anxiety and fear for a long time, your story might be one of helplessness or limitation, but you have the power to rewrite that story. Start by becoming aware of the story you've been telling yourself. What beliefs do you hold about your ability to handle stress or face your fears? Are these beliefs based on facts, or are they assumptions you've never really questioned? Once you're aware of your current narrative, you can start to rewrite it. This isn't about denying reality or pretending that anxiety and fear don't exist. It's about focusing on your strengths, your resilience, and your capacity for growth. Your new story might acknowledge the challenges you face while also emphasizing your ability to overcome them. As part of this process, try visualizing a life with greater peace and confidence. What would that look like for you? How would you act, think, and feel? This vision can serve as a powerful motivator and guide as you work on overcoming anxiety and fear. Remember, changing your narrative is a process. It takes time and consistent effort to shift long-held beliefs. Be patient with yourself and celebrate each small shift in your thinking. As we come to the end of this video, it's important to remember that breaking free from anxiety and fear is a journey, not a destination. There may be setbacks along the way, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep moving forward one step at a time. The strategies we've discussed, practicing mindfulness, challenging negative thoughts, taking action, cultivating self-compassion, creating a supportive environment, developing new habits, shifting your perspective, and rewriting your narrative, are powerful tools. But they're just that, tools. The real power lies within you. You have the strength and the capacity to overcome your anxiety and fear. Every time you practice a mindfulness exercise, challenge a negative thought, or take a small step towards facing a fear, you're building that strength. Every time you show yourself compassion or reach out for support, you're nurturing your resilience. So what's your next step? It doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's trying a 5-minute mindfulness exercise. Maybe it's writing down one negative thought and challenging it. Maybe it's reaching out to a friend for support. Whatever it is, take that step. And then take another. And another. Remember, you don't have to do this alone. Reach out for support when you need it, whether that's to friends, family, or a mental health professional. There's no shame in asking for help. It's a sign of strength and self-awareness. As you move forward on this path, be kind to yourself. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it might seem. Each step forward is a victory. And know that even on the difficult days, you're building the skills and strength to create a life with less anxiety and fear, and more peace and confidence. You have the power to break free from anxiety and fear. It won't happen overnight, but with patience, persistence, and self-compassion, you can create lasting change. So take that first step. Your future self will thank you for it. Thank you for watching this video. Remember, you are stronger than you think, more capable than you know, and worthy of a life filled with peace and joy. Here's to your journey of breaking free from anxiety and fear, starting right now.